But part of the reason I came here is because Mr. Boehner and Mr. McConnell, those are the two most powerful Republicans in government. They can either kill this jobs bill or they can help pass this jobs bill. And I know these men care about their states, they care about businesses, they care about workers here. I can't imagine that the Speaker wants to represent a state where nearly 1 in 4 bridges are classified as substandard. 1 in 4. I know that when Senator McConnell visited the closed bridge in Kentucky, he said that roads and bridges are not partisan in Washington. That's great. I know that Paul Ryan, the Republican in charge of the budget process, recently said that you can't deny that infrastructure does create jobs. That's what he said. Well, if that's the case, there's no reason for Republicans in Congress to stand in the way of more construction projects. There's no reason to stand in the way of more jobs. Mr. Boehner, Mr. McConnell, help us rebuild this bridge. Help us rebuild America. Help us put construction workers back to work. Pass this bill.
Well, it's been 3 weeks since the president repeatedly told Congress to pass it right away. His own party has delayed action in the Senate. On the line from Quincy, Dick Durbin, the number 2 Democrat in the Senate, told me why.
The oil-producing state senators don't like reducing or eliminating the subsidy for oil companies. That's an example. There are some senators who are up for election who said, I'm never going to vote for a tax increase while I'm up for election, even on the wealthiest people. So we're not going to have 100% of Democratic senators. That's why it needs to be bipartisan, and I hope we can find some Republicans who will join us to make it happen.
But so far, Durbin concedes Democrats do not have the votes in the Senate to pass it.
Already yesterday there were some Republicans quoted in Washington saying that even if they agree with the proposals in the American Jobs Act, they shouldn't pass it because it would give me a win. That's the kind of games playing we've gotten used to Washington. Think about that. They've supported this stuff in the past, but they're thinking maybe they don't do it this time because Obama's promoting it. Give me a win. This isn't about giving me a win. This isn't about giving Democrats or Republicans a win. It's about giving the American people a win. It's about giving Ohio a win. It's about your jobs and your lives and your futures, and giving our kids a win. I need you to call and email and tweet and fax and visit and tell your congressperson that the time for gridlock and the time for games is over. The time for action is now. Tell them that if you want to create jobs right now, pass this bill. If you want construction workers renovating schools like this one, pass this bill. If you want to put teachers back in the classroom, pass this bill. If you want tax cuts for middle-class families and small business owners, then what do? Pass this bill. If you want to help our veterans share in the opportunity that they defend, pass this bill. Now's the time to act.
Speech at a high school in Ohio, the president for the first time acknowledging that there are reports that some Republicans would not want to see him get a victory here with this jobs plan, and the president saying that this is not a victory for me, this is a victory for the American people, along with the crowd there chanting, pass this bill. This is the reason the president wanted to take this jobs plan on the road. Some of the images that you just saw in the last 20 minutes, that crowd chanting, pass this bill. This is a key swing state, Ohio, also the home state of Speaker Boehner. So a very interesting speech there. The dynamics quite intriguing. We'll have much more right after a quick